Welcome back to RAYGO Reactions. How is everybody doing? I was just going through YouTube as you do, thinking what can I react to? And then I realised that you guys mentioned that Mark Knopfler has a guitar auction, and basically he talks about his guitars and auctions them off. I'm not too sure which ones he auctions off, but I'm hoping it's not like Goldie Brownie one he's been playing all those years because it's sick. But before I get into that, I saw this other one, the Mark Knopfler Guitar Collection, and it's only 5 minutes long, so I'm guessing he talks about a few of his guitars. Without further ado, let's just get into these.
The first thing that happens if you've picked up enough of the damn things is the feel. You get a vibe off it. It's already telling you something. It's just wooden wire, isn't it? You wouldn't think that they would vary as much as they do, but boy, they do.
You do.
You know, often when you're writing a song, you're thinking about what kind of guitar it's going to like. But life's full of surprises. I was probably part of that first huge wave of youngsters who wanted to be part of the rock and roll. It had to be red and it had to be like a Stratocaster. That's the way it was. That was beautiful to me. And the shape still is fascinating. I still find it timeless design.
Defo. Mate, I remember when I first got into guitar and I used to think there's nothing cooler than the Gibson Les Paul. Especially like the gold top, as a lot of guitarists do. They see these guitar players and the 59, but there's something about the Les Paul, I was like, that's the one. And for years I was like, when I've got enough money, I'll get a Les Paul. Still haven't got enough money for it. Still haven't got one. But I remember when I got to the stage where, right, we started to gig, my band, RAYGO Bloom, started to gig around town, and I was like, right, I'm going to have to get like a snide Les Paul. And I got one, and it was heavy, and it didn't give off the tone I wanted. It gave off a rich, very rich, as you may all know who play Les Pauls, a rich sounding classic rock, heavier sound. And I was like, it's just feels like it wasn't me, but I was forcing it because of how cool it looked. But then my brother got a Stratocaster, and it was exactly the sound I liked. It was that beat. I always resembles like a beach. It's just like so calm and twangy, and his guitar was doing it for me. And whenever I played it, I was like, secretly in my head, I was like, this is what I want. And then the more I looked at it, I was like, and it's, look at it, looks sick. He had a white one with a black pickguard, and then one day I just gave in. I was like, mate, this Les Paul's not for me. I need a Stratocaster. And that's where I became an avid Strat guy. Like, that's my main axe. If I'm going to play electric guitar, that's what I'm going to go for. Whenever I'm recording music, I always end up with that in my hand. Yeah, alright, I've only got 2 electric guitars, but I know if I could only have one, it's going to be a Strat because of the sound. And don't get me twisted, I have played other guitars in stores. I just always go back to the Strat. I got a yellow one, and I was just like, I think this is me. A yellow with a white pickguard. And then I got this the other week though. This. A Gretsch. Because I still couldn't afford a Les Paul. And if you want to know the story on this, it's on my other channel, my personal channel, which is All Things Music. Bro, £310. You're probably thinking, it must sound whack. Sounds good. For 300 quid, doesn't go out of tune, sounds good. Mate, it's a beast. And it looks pretty.
The desire to have a guitar was in me from a very, very early age. I'd borrow friends' little acoustic guitars. I learned how to do a basic fingerstyle. As a teenager, I was getting into electric blues and the beat group thing. And on the acoustic front, I was learning folk joints and early country blues and ragtime, and just a bunch of styles coming together. And that's what probably one of the reasons led to so many guitars appearing.
What?
Because I was being exposed to so many different kinds of music.
Mate, it's got bear.
I was on the hunt for a Les Paul for years. First of all, I could never afford one for a long time. The one that Rudy sold to me, that got onto the Brothers in Arms album, and it was my first time that I was really came to grips with a Les Paul. You know, I'd been listening to Peter Green and Eric and all those guys, you know. So it was an ambition to be able to pick up like a guitar like that. Again, you know, the same romance with Strats I had with the Les Pauls, and still do. I never wanted to see myself as a collector at all. But there comes a point where you realize what a thing you've taken on. A lot of guitars came into my possession were actually given to me by people. So they come for all.
Yeah, what's that about? Why is it the bigger you get, the more things people give you stuff? You know what I mean? Surely it should be the other way around. When you have nothing, people give you stuff, guys. If anyone wants to send me a Les Paul, if anyone wants to send me a guitar, if you don't play a guitar and it's sat in your corner, it can happily join my collection, because I'm different to Mark. I see myself as, I just want to collect loads because, like you mentioned earlier in the video, every guitar does have its own story. And there's been multiple times I've picked up the guitar, one I've never played, and you do something you've never done. You write a new riff or a chord progression you've never done. It literally gives you the inspiration to play something new. So that's why I think always getting a new guitar is worth doing. And it makes you get more creative. So if anyone wants to send me one, what?
Kinds of reasons. The Martin signatures, you know, like this. This is just nice to play. Something like this is just a pleasure to become friendly with, to have it around.
Beast.
I never thought that my signature would be on anything. Never mind Fenders, Gibsons and Martins. They're the Father, Son and Holy Ghost, you know, of guitars. I had a very good pal, and still have. He had a tiny little shop on 48th Street, which was the music street, and his name was Rudy Pencer. I started talking to Rudy about needing a guitar that had all the best things about a Strat and the best things about a Les Paul. And we used to go to a little coffee shop up the street from his store. I remember sitting there, and we drew out what became the first Pencer. I got some great sounds out of the Pencer, so it starred on quite a lot of songs. John Sir was making my guitars back then, and I was getting them through Rudy. And he built me this, but I plugged it in on the Brothers in Arms record, and the first hit that we had off that album was So Far Away. Just happened to get lucky with the synth sound on it, you know. And I had a little thing, you know, and all that.
Sounds
But
beautiful.
what a builder John was. You kind of know that the quality of this, it ain't going anywhere. Red Telly was just asking to be played.
Oh,
Very punchy guitar, that.
Yeah.
Plenty of power, plenty of sound, and so was great for Walk of Life. You know, it's just because with just my fingers, the guitar was speaking nice and loud. It's exciting having those guitars that figured so big on that record be in the sale. You know, each one brings back loads of memories. If you had asked me 20 years ago, I'd have thought, no way, but I'm happy now that they're going to different homes.
what?
You know, I never really had a lesson, so I'm very grateful to them.
Right, so this has led me into that auction then. This is like a little setup, a teaser. So now I'm assuming he goes on stage and he talks about them all. and the ones he gets rid of into better depth. But surely he's not going to get rid of that, the one he had made, that gold one. I mean, look, there's getting rid of your guitars, but then there's getting rid of your main ones. But maybe he doesn't play anymore, because I read a comment, like, I think he had some health issues and now he struggles to play, which is in itself so rubbish, isn't it? Like, so sad, because I bet he really wants to. You know, when he's just chilling in his house and he's like, I want to play some guitar. I always wonder if, like, people like Jimmy Page, do you reckon they're still playing at the ripe old age of 160 or however old he is? Do you reckon he's in his castle just jamming away? I need to watch this, guys. I think I need to watch this, because I even said on one of his reactions, on one of the reactions I did, that purple one, I just assumed, I was like, in the 80s they went through this stage where they just got guitars that looked, you know, they looked a bit sparkly and they had loads of different tone knobs on, and you didn't know what half of them did. Clearly he did. There was a reason for it. He had these made. It's funny how his electric guitars, his main ones, weren't even like proper makes, not Gibson or, you know, Fender and stuff. It's cool. It's a cool video, guys. If you liked it, like this video, share it, subscribe. Let me know what else I can react to. I don't want to, anything like interviews or cool stuff where I can learn from it that are musical, let me know. All things music related, I'm down. It's not always got to be a song. It can be little things like that. They're cool. Until the next one, I'm going to leave you with one of my songs. I'm in a band called RAYGO Bloom, and I'll leave you with this. Peace out.